Welcome to this session. This is Professor Farhat, in which we would look at a CPA exam simulation, a CMA case, a problem, or an exercise. I really don't care what you call it. Bottom line, we will be working with a finance/sales type lease. And to illustrate the concept, we'll be using three parties. I don't care what you call it. It's leasing, finance, sales type lease. We're going to work it with a profit, with a manufacturing profit, and without a profit. And to set the ground for this exercise, we have three parties. We have Maggie's Medical Manufacturing, Triple M. That's the manufacturing party, Maggie's. And Maggie manufacture specialized compression plates. We're going to call them CPs. Maggie's Manufacturing sells those plates to a leasing company. Leasing company, what business are they in? They lease the equipment. So they buy it from Maggie and they lease it to users. That's a leasing company. They purchase the equipment and they lease it to end users. Who are the end users? They could be doctors, medical groups. We're going to call them here the company called Northeast Medical Group uses the equipment. And these are the lessees. This lease will commence January 1st, X1. And we're going to assume that Northeast Medical lease directly from Maggie in the last scenario. So simply put, we're going to skip and we're going to go immediately there. That's perfectly fine. This is the data for the problem. So those compression plates, if the purchase price paid by Physician Leasing, the physician company, is $2,090,000, the fair value of those compression plate $2,090,000. They have to make a quarterly lease payment. So notice here, I'm adding a little bit of an issue to this problem. Rather than annually, the payments are quarterly of $147,871. The first payment is due immediately, which is January 1st, X1. It means we are dealing with an annuity due problem. The lease term is 5 years. The number of payments is 20. Now remember, if we're paying quarterly, we have 4 quarters per year times 5 years. We have 20 quarterly payments. Now, why this information is important? This is important because when you are going to find the present value of an annuity or the present value of a payment, you have to use the proper time value table, n equal to 20. Economic life of the asset is 5 years. Notice the economic life is 5 years, the lease term 5 years, right? This is going to give us something. Residual value is 0. There is no bargain purchase. The implicit interest rate is, we don't know it, but we are going to be using the present value. We're going to be using 4%. So that must be the implicit rate used by the lessor. At 20 period, the annuity due factor is 14.13394. So for this problem, I made everything easy for you. In a CPA simulation, they might give you a present value table of an annuity due of an ordinary annuity, and you need to select the proper factor. But here I'm only giving you the factor just to make it easy for you. And Maggie's cost for this equipment is $1.8 million to manufacture this equipment. Now we are going to go through how Northeast Medical Group would account for this, how the physician leasing company would account for this, and how Maggie would account for this if they lease it or they sold it directly to the Northeast Medical Group. Let's go ahead and get started. Before we proceed any further, I have a public announcement about my company, farhatlectures.com.
My AI turns any lecture into a complete study system. You can create summary table, formulas, and example from each lecture. Flashcard builds from the lesson itself. A quiz build on the lesson. And as a bonus, convert any lecture into a portable short audio on the go. So it helps you with the retention. No noise, no generic responses, just clarity based on that specific lecture. Don't just watch. Interact, test yourself, and retain the material using Farhat AI. Now go to farhatlectures.com now and see how the AI can help you understand, practice, and retain the material.
Let's first look at Northeast Medical Group. This is basically a finance lease. They're financing this. So how are they going to classify this as a finance lease? Why? Well, you have to meet one of 5 conditions. Transfer of ownership, there's no transfer of ownership. So they don't meet it under transfer of ownership. Is there a bargain purchase option? There is no bargain purchase option. How about the lease term? Well, the lease term is 5 years and the life of the asset is 5 years. We're good. Remember, all we have to do is meet 75% of the economic life of those compression plates. As long as you lease them for 75% of their life, technically you have a finance lease. You are leasing them for 100%. And also, if you miss that, if you find the present value of the payment, you will take the payment times the factor. It will give you $2,090,000, which is 100%. Remember the present value test. All you need is 90%. Simply put, we are done. We are done because this is a finance lease as far as Northeast Medical Group is concerned. For the physician leasing company, it's a sales type lease, but they're not going to have a profit. So it's a lessee classified as sales type. There's no manufacturing profit here because the fair value and what they leased it are for the same. They're going to have interest revenue, basically the physician leasing company. They bought the equipment at fair value and they leased it at fair value. Now we are going to make the journal entries for the Northeast Medical Group. What's the Northeast Medical Group? They finance this lease. So they finance the lease. So they're going to record an asset and they're going to record the liability at the present value of the payment or at the fair value, which is $2,090,000. They will debit the asset, credit the liability. Then what did they do immediately? They immediately made a payment. And the payment was $147,871 on January 1st. And they would reduce the lease and they would reduce cash. There's no interest for this payment. No interest. Because remember, the first payment, if you remember in the problem, it's due immediately. Annuity due. Therefore, there's no payment to worry about here. Now, here's what's going to happen. After the first payment, the liability will go down to $1,942,129, which is the principal liability, the original liability minus the first payment will give us this much. Now we can figure out the interest expense on the next payment, which is the beginning balance times 4%. Remember, 4% is the quarterly rate, 16 is the annual. When they make the payment on the next time, there's an interest of $77,685. So now the lease liability is this much. They made the payment. The interest component is $77,685. The principal reduction is $70,186. Now what we do is we reduce the principal by this much, $70,186. The journal entry is you credit cash $147,871. You record the interest expense at $77,685 and you would reduce the liability $70,186. Now here's what I'm going to tell you. If you were able to follow this entry, how we start with the balance, reduce the balance, compute the interest expense, you can do this for 100 times. It does not matter because it does not change. And remember, no interest expense on the first payment. Interest start to accruing after the first quarter. Now, let's take a look at the lessor. Who's the lessor in this example? The physician leasing company. The physician leasing company, they will have a receivable for the present value and they gave them the equipment, they will credit the equipment. Then they receive the first payment. When they receive the first payment, they increase cash and they reduce the receivable. And there's no interest revenue. Why? Because there's no interest revenue. No time has passed when the first payment was made. Then they receive the first payment April 1st. When they receive the first payment, they will debit cash $147,871. They will credit interest revenue for the same amount that the Northeast Manufacturing debited interest expense because they're the mirror of each other. Then they reduce the receivable by $70,186. Was it $70,186? Yes, $70,186. And if you know how to do this entry, you know what's going to happen 3 months later, 6 months later, 100 months later, right? It doesn't really matter. It followed the same concept. So we did the accounting for the physician leasing company. We did the accounting for the physician leasing as well as the Northeast Medical Group. Now let's assume Maggie leases this equipment directly to the Northeast Medical Group. What they will do is they will be a sales type lease, but will be with a manufacturing profit because Maggie has 1.5 million in cost. So the gross profit is 290,000. So on January 1st, they will debit a receivable and they will credit sales revenue. They would also debit cost of goods sold and they will credit the equipment or the inventory, whatever they treat that asset as. Now notice the difference between sales revenue and cost is the 290,000 profit. Then they would receive the first payment immediately. The first payment would reduce the receivable immediately and there will be no interest revenue. Then on April 1st, the second lease payment, what they will do is they will debit cash. Maggie will debit cash 147,871. They will record the revenue and they would reduce the receivable. And you know what to do from here if you can understand this entry. And this is a comparison between Maggie's leasing company and physician leasing company and Maggie's medical manufacturing. The physician company, they will have a sales type lease with no manufacturing profit. Maggie will have a sales type lease with manufacturing profit. The lease receivable is the same. The equipment or the inventory, whatever you want to call it, is de-recognized for both because it's a sales type. The physician, they will have no sales and they'll have no cost. Maggie will have sales and cost. The physician leasing company will have no gross profit. Maggie will have 290, and interest revenue for the first quarter is the same. So notice Maggie in the business of manufacturing and selling as well as in the business of financing. That's why it's a sales type with manufacturing profit, while the physician leasing company is only a leasing company. They will make the profit on the interest revenue. Now, if you can follow this, I mean, I would not be surprised if you see something like this as a case on the CMA exam, CPA exam. Definitely this is a college problem level course for sure. But also you could see this on the exam. So being comfortable with leases is very important. And this is what we do at Farhat Lectures. And this is what you should do now. You want to go to Farhat Lectures, look at additional simulations, MCQs, cases, true, false, exercises, AI podcast, AI resources. The best investment you can make is invest in yourself. No one can take that away from you. It's a long-term investment that pays dividend. And God bless.